Alright, hello and welcome again. Tonight we're going to be continuing romancing SaGa 2. Now, last time we had just defeated Knizi, or however you pronounce his name, and successfully avenged our father and brother. So now Gerard... And then Gerard saved the cat burglar thief from whatever. From a trouble, and so now... Salute. What is even in these? Oh, horses. Dang, those horses are really ripped. The kingdom is in good pony hands, apparently. Majesty, apple in the good hands. See, even he agrees. Please be careful, your majesty. I believe this is the point where the game finally opens up, and I'm pretty excited to start getting to it. Now, let me check here. Attributes. Gerard. Bear is heavy infantry, so our main tank. Dang, after all that, and he's only lost 1 life point. That's how you can tell he's good. James is a bit better. Light infantry. Therese is on her death throes, unfortunately. Got her in the back, so hopefully she'll survive until the generation shift, which is probably relatively soon, if I had to guess. And Ares, a court mage. He's taken a bit of a beating, but what matters is we have magic. If I had to criticize one thing about early game, it's that you're forced with 5... I mean, when you're Emperor Leon, you're forced to have Gerard and these 3. That's 5 dedicated physical units. And while you do eventually get to add... get to add a mage, that's a long time to go without magic, especially for a game that tries to push the elemental weaknesses and such. Hector, servant so well. Yes, your lordship, we have need a soldier, do not need to ask. What filthy dare steal from our beloved emperor? Oh yeah, did I already speak with the thief? Let's go to the underworld. The Thieves' Guild is hidden in here. To the tombs. The Thieves' Guild, we're always around. Cat, I hope she's okay. Let me just check here. Menu. Inventory. World. Menu. No. Here we are, Imperial Log. North Varane's mysterious mage. After returning to the sealed cave, the eldest suggests that combat is not fit. The female seer makes her way, and the princess leave the room. Long audience. The throne room's closed off because it's being held. The time should be spent exploring the palace and the royal capital of the Emperor speaks. It seems to be quite grave. Watchman Nest. Having spoken with Seer, Emperor takes his son to hunt more villains. The targets hold in the Watchman Nest, so basically the rabbits attack on the Empire. Watchmen have fallen, he returns only to find his son slain and the soldiers so claim to be one of his subjects. Avenging Light Prince. Emperor Leon's resolve. Yeah, he used the soul steel attack in Secret of Inheritance. Before fighting, the seer taught Leon the art of inheritance, allowing one to pass on the memories and skills. Goblins attack it, yet Gerard stands the ready, leading the charge. Raid of goblins. In order to ensure the safety, the Emperor decrees the best in the goblins, so it takes precedent for now. Secure the rear. That takes ahead of the goblin. King back to Avalon. Oh wow, I didn't even know that. He took it. Solmon revisited. He defends the capital and vows to make pay. Parting threat. As he's defeated in the grip of evil, the oppression ends and the road to Southern's free traverse. New Imperial Age. It's been 1 year. Gerard's dealt with numerous domestic. Time's act is nigh. Canal rights. Someone's been restricting access. If this area would be liberated, it would be a foothold in other parts of the world. Ludon's gemstone mine. There's rumors of a mine with precious gemstones. While the veracity is not confirmed, perhaps the wealth could boost the Empire's coffers. New short sword. Okay. New shield. Done. Reproves. Okay, here we are. Shadow in the night. The Emperor wakes up in the middle of the... Okay, yep. Rooftop Emperor uses the chimney to get to the roof. Chamber of Thieves. Emperor uses the rooftops to explore Avalon. Discovers a window. Shrewd Thief. As the Emperor chases it, runs monsters, decides that she must be helped, and the Emperor so deal the monster. She owes the Emperor a debt and tells him to speak. Missing feline. As instructed, the Emperor goes and asks. He says to go northeast. The Emperor has his doubts. Thieves Guild. However, the leader is not trusted as one condition, octopus-like monster. They accept the quest. Troublemaker down. The Emperor defeats the monster, thereby earning Thieves' trust. Here we are, Canal Fortress. The leader of the Thieves Guild sympathizes, but no one's willing to take the infiltrating. The girl the Emperor saved earlier volunteers, wishes to pay. She starts going to the Canal Fortress and disappears in a flash. Alright, so the Canal Fortress is where I want to go next. Canal Fortress, here we go. Okay, I see an enemy there. Alright, that's probably the front door, which means that's also probably the one place I don't want. Bar. This area would be better off if that fortress didn't exist. There are rumors of a hidden path in the Canal Fortress, the Thieves Guild in Avalon. They must have some information about it. How would you know that? I'm an old man, not a thief. The fortress is impregnable. The guy from the Canal Fortress was hoping to hit it big by opening a pub. They've had no luck. And there's our informant. Oh, I guess I have to talk to her right here. Emperor, Your Majesty. Found it. Come to the chamber next door. Well, we've had no reason to doubt her yet. Ah, this is it. The boss is on the 3rd floor. I marked it for you. Be safe. Be safe. Ah, so there was a staircase under there the whole time. Interesting. Oh, are those floor traps, or...? No, they aren't. Oh, I see, they're markers. What's this? Oh, okay, so she also marked which ones have chests. Treasure. Received. Exorciser. What's that? That's a great sword. Defeats demons. Equipment. Wait. Yeah. Bear. Yeah, replace that with Exorciser. That should be fine for now. What's in the rooms that aren't marked? Enemies! Okay, so just follow these and I won't have to deal with any enemies. Good to know. Or at least I'll have to deal with significantly less enemies. Okay, so by helping her out, she also helps by giving me... That's another enemy there. Receive a star stone. Treasure. Not bad, not bad. More funds for the Emperor's coffers. The Empire's coffers. Really? Dang, this is an awful lot of outdoors. I'm really glad I helped her, because this would be very annoying to have to deal with otherwise. Alright, let's go ahead and save here to be safe. Defeating Knizzy of Oman was merely a fluke. Clearly I, a random flunky, will do much better. Besides, Knizzy's the weakest of the 7 heroes. My master, Lord Bokon, is a true hero. And as Lord Bokon's right-hand man and protector of this fortress, I shall defeat you. The car. Let's go with, what's this? Beast Slayer, attack with your bow. Very effective against beasts. I was hoping they'd be a bit more specific, but whatever. Haphazard arrow. Wait, what am I doing? I don't have much AoE, so for the moment, let's go with light ball, haphazard arrow, knee split, blades of air screen. Yeah, air screen yourself, just to be careful. Attack with your great sword. Light ball. Darkness, air screen. Holy crap, that was barrel pounce. Painful. Pyro Rex. Holy balls. Am I a bit out of my element here? Bear, get bear up. We need our tank. Light water. Double cut. Excellent lizard. Miss. Pyro Rex. And of course. Life water, her. Double cut. Fissure Strike. Knee Split. Double cut. There we go, that's one down. Dang it! Dark Wash. Oh, are you kidding me? Back. Darn phone. Bomb. Pyro Rex. Head blow. Life water. Head blow. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna win this. That's a line attack. Okay, Hector, Sagittarius, Liza. Okay, so yeah, even if he dies, I can continue on, but... shall avenge my predecessor. Return the title. Yes, return to title. I said return to title. Why is it doing that? Alright, let's go with this here. I need to obviously have a strategy here, so first things first. At least the good news is what we saw there shows that we're now at the point where there is no game over for simply dying. Air screen. Smash. Miss. Note to self, I need to start using smash. Alright, first of all, shield her, because you're all gonna need it. Holy crap. Ow. Air screen himself. Life water. Light ball. It break. Darn it. Bomb on him. Air screen on Gerard. Freaking ow! Why can you not hit anything? Of course, why wouldn't that happen? Of course, it's gonna miss every time. Why am I even bothering with this again? Fisher Strike. Damn it! Wow, I have a magic of not miss. I've accomplished much in terms of never hitting a damn thing. I swear, half of the stupidity is in I know I'm not supposed to be reloading this many times, but at the same time, holy crap. Are you seeing just how many times I'm missing? I swear, James doesn't have a single weapon that actually can actually hit the enemy. At this point, I wonder if I'm better off just using freaking bombs on him. Darn, I guess I can't go around to weaken his minions first. Light ball. Dead break. Knee split. Air screen. Light ball. Okay, that did a lot to help his survival. And I guess that's why they decided to fix that problem. He's weak to confusion, that's good. Tackle. Really? Air screen. Confusion and blind. That's really good, actually. Key meditation. Life. No, life water. Rock splitter. Sunder. Are you kidding me? Key meditation. Bomb on the healer. What's Sunder? Attack with your great sword. And that is literally it. Life water. Barrel pants. Miss. Mid break. On yourself. Sunder. Tackle, miss. Darkness. Clear screen on yourself. Sunder. Of course. Oh, really? Son of a... Not a bomb, but a, Martial key meditation. Gerard has a lot of life points. I don't mind if it keeps beating on his corpse. Tackle. Of course. Why wouldn't they do that? Life water on her. Sunder. Vertical strike. And of course it would miss. Stunner, base splits, air screen. What's vertical strike? Attack with their gray sword. Sometimes stuns. Not bad, but I'm probably gonna stick it. Stick to Sunder. Well, the fireball's doing a bit better damage. Fireball. Barrel pounce. And of course he died, why wouldn't he? And of course he misses, because he has absolutely no accuracy whatsoever. Now watch as she misses. Come on, really? Okay, good. Man, these guys are really rough. Oh, come on, are you kidding me? Of course, he gets to move first. Why wouldn't he get to move first? And cancels attack, too. Because why not? Back. Stunner on the big guy. Life water. And of course he gets to move first. Oh, come on, really? Life water time. Barrel pounce. Oh, come on. She's officially dead for good now. There's nothing I can do. I'm not doing any damage to these guys whatsoever, and it's really frustrating. What's Marie? Ranger? What is a ranger? An archer, I guess? Sagittarius. I was going to just reset, but let's be honest here. We were really fine with that. Mercenary. We actually learned a decent amount of stuff, and I don't know. Sure, do we even want to use that? One annoying thing is I can't tell what kind of damage enemies do to me, so... And none of those guys were using magic, so it doesn't even really matter what I pick. Avenge my predecessor. Oh wow. I could swear she had crap magic stats before, but... Shit. Only 8 though, that's... I think I really should reset, just because... Much as it sucks to lose those items, the fact of the matter is I can't afford to lose someone right now. At the same time, though, can I even win like this? Because this fight, bluntly, is pretty much RNG. Basically, it's a matter of, can I actually land these hits? Because what happened with the last time was I kept missing. Okay. Maybe I should have just let him kill me because, okay, vertical strike. This is what I needed. Bomb on him, vertical strike. Blast. I think there's resistance to that, so let's go with Exorciser. Vertical strike. Oh, come on, you effing piece of... There we go. Okay, this is doing a lot better this time. Vertical strike. Sucks that this is based largely on RNG, but what matters is I have vertical strike, and that's a big upgrade. Twin arrows. Ooh, that's a nice smash. Miss. Stunner. Attack. Air screen on her because she needs it. Vertical striking him. Of course. Why wouldn't that work? Why wouldn't that happen? Oh, of effing course. Sigh. Well, the sooner I kill at least one of these, the better this will be. There we go. Alright, he's blinded, so let's just continue fireballing him. He's weak to stunner, so I'm gonna have to use that. Life water on self, vertical strike. Evade. Fireball. Parry this, you effing casual. Fisher strike. Ooh, that's actually gonna be pretty painful. Balm on yourself. Key meditation on yourself. Life water on the Emperor. And you just attack normally. It looks like you're out of it. Heal points. There we go. Fire magic, divine magic, HP. Allow me to reward you. It's alright, I've taken my fair share from the fortress. Never let it be said you aren't one step ahead. Ah. City Thief, achievement unlocked. Yeah, I think I might have just been underleveled for that, but ooh! The Empire's influence grows. 113 years. Oh, wow. I knew we were due for a new. Alright, Crow, Richard, Amethyst. Lewis is a ranger. I'm assuming this means he's going to specialize in swords and bows. Amethyst, a court mage. I imagine she's going to have. Yeah, it's not very impressive defensive stats. Light infantry. Crow. Crow looks pretty good, but a fast magic user is going to be pretty good, so let's give Amethyst a go. Alright? Amethyst. Ah! Is this Gerard? Let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and save here. We have our first actual Emperor passing. Empire currently has a revenue of 660 crowns. Not bad. Your Highness, the Emperor currently has well over 1 million. Not bad. I guess now I should start establishing my army, so first things first. Stay true and loyal, Walrus. Yes, Your Highness. We need superior defense and sword skills. You know what? Yes. Please come with me. I'll fight to my last breath. And here's where I'm gonna start being a little less reset happy. Alright, these are all. Stay true and loyal, Lewis. Of course, ma'am. Take me to meet someone skilled with bows. If you need a soldier, don't hesitate to ask. Stay true and loyal, Orion. Yes, my ladyship. Take me if you need someone skilled with great swords. need a soldier, do I stay ask? Stay true and loyal, Seed. Seed? Of course, your highness. Take me if you need someone great with swords. Add some light infantry. Actually, let's go with him. A sword is all I need. I'm always looking into ways to maintain skills of our leaders. What'll it be? Martial skill, soul steal, key meditation kick. Short sword, feint, sidewinder, axe skill. I don't have any of those yet. Beast Slayer, Id Break, Haphazard, Twin Arrows. A mage with bows would be nice, but yeah, let's not do that. I'm always looking at ways to maintain the skills of our leaders. Sword skill, knee split, parry. A melee mage. That'd be interesting. Oh, Soul Steal counts as a melee martial skill. Interesting. I have the most amount of bow skills. Double stab, short sword. Knee split, double stab. Ooh. Twin arrows. Sword skill, knee splits, parry. Okay, she's got a bit of a sword skill, so it probably wouldn't hurt to give her. Oh, she already has it. Meditation. Yeah, Walrus, you learn that. Because having a front line is going to be a rather bigger thing. Libra, all is well, but of course, Your Highness. Court mage is devoted. Take me if you need some scared neurology. Do you need a spellcaster? Call upon me. Onyx, all is well, but of course, Your Highness. Court mage devoted, presents with pride and honor. She won't join because I'm already got her. Libra, all is well, but of course, Your Highness. Court mage devoted. Yeah, let's have a second mage here. I am your devoted servant. I'm always looking at ways to maintain skills of our leaders. Yes, vertical strike is way better than smash, that's for sure. Actually, I should probably do this until I go after one, because I want to grab one of the thieves next. I have the slightest idea what kind of weapon to develop. Amethyst. Alright, we're gonna go with the Thieves Guild because I want to recruit one of the thieves. I probably could have started with one, but To the tombs. I'm Crow, a petty thief. I'm depending on you to rescue me when I'm in a pinch. I'm the Cutpurse Beaver. Pleased to meet ya. You know what? Let's do it, Beaver. You can count on me. Imperial Cross. Walrus. Sorry about that. Alright. This should be good. I unlocked thieves. You can bet your sweet Bippy I'm going to be using one. I'm not quite sure what they specialize in, but I'm probably going to have Beaver focus on bows. Exerciser, steel sword, mace, foray, rapier. Ward sleep. Okay, good. Guard 18% to divert attacks. Alright, menu, equipment. Rapier is fine. Longbow. Armor. Great shield's fine, actually. As well have the walrus. Yeah, that sword of Orion. Great sword's nice, but let's go with the exerciser for you, my friend. Metal shield. Walrus gets a. Yeah, actually, that's a really good one. Starstone, yeah, you can have that. Orion, silver ring just to protect you a bit. Actually, no. Doublet. Yeah, protect him. Mace, and yeah, let's give him the floret. Longbow, yeah. Let's replace with the elder bow here. Rapier's fine. Targe. Healing sandals. I'm guessing that's innate. These red ones are innate to the class or unlocked later. Alright, 2 tanks, 2 mages, and there we go. Perfect. I do believe we are ready for some adventures, then. Wait, no, I need to teach bow skills to our thief. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. I'm always looking for ways to maintain the skills of our leaders. Bow skill, haphazard arrow, for the thief. Twin arrows. Hit break was really good. Beast Slayer is probably good in the right situation, but I don't have a reason for it right now. So let's just equip Stunner. Hit break. Beaver. She only has 18 SP. I'll fix that. Paint. Break sword skill, vertical strike. No, not blunt strike, vertical strike. Alright. Whatever, I can delete it later. And for now, we have our party ready. So let's check the Imperial log for what to do next. New short sword done. The rapier will require some time to be mass-produced and used by the people. A thief's reward. The Emperor takes the canal with it. A reward is offered, but she says her looting is reward enough. Get help from Thieves Guild again in the future. Excellent. Now south of Rains. A cat's invitation. The Emperor meets Cat, who conducted an investigation at the canal pub. She tells the Emperor to come next door, infiltrate the fortress. Also marked a safe way to get to the boss on the 3rd floor. Occupation. The ruler of the canal fortress is a man named Becker. Henchman. By defeating him, the Emperor liberates. Thus, the Victor Canal is coming to the Emperor regaining control over its former territory. Oh yes, there's also one last thing here. And this is something that only an Emperor can do, true Emperor can do. Ahem. We need a research lab for developing stronger magic. How much would that cost? I'd estimate to require 1 million crowns. We currently have saved up the treasury. Build it. See to it. Alright, now this is one of the things I really want to do right away. I'm not sure if this happens immediately or if it happens after a certain amount of time has passed. So we'll be finding out in a moment. Yeah, I think a certain amount of time has to pass before it's added. Alright, looks like the mines in the Nibel are our next stop. Woe be those two who cost this town. Dragon Lair. There's been an increase in threats lately. Alright, this isn't technically... I don't think... Oh, this area is part of the Emperor's control now, I think, actually, because I took it out. The Dragon's Lair Brewers protect this town. Buy. Leather armor, headband. Boosts magic power. Yes, please. Thank you very much. Okay, so this... Yeah, let's go with the headband, because that, assuming that really does increase magic power, as I've been so assured. Orion, you can have the lion helm. There we go, our tanks are even tankier now. Alright, let's see what's going on in this town. I imagine I'm about to get a new quest soon. The Dragon's Lair Brawlers are invincible. The bar, always a good place to go in an RPG. The Brawlers can take care of this town. The Brawlers of the Dragon's Lair are unmatched. Oh, I can't talk to her? What is it? A drink, please. Phew. I think I'm okay. Tough battle for Brawlers. The Empire is more reliable. Now, what's this going on here? Perhaps I should train Dragon's Lair too. What was that? Oh, no, nothing. I am the Empress. Perhaps I train... I am the Empress. Your Highness, the monsters in the west are causing us trouble. We're protected by the Dragon's Lair, but they're completely unreliable. Please take care of the monsters for us. Well, our Empire's main export is the Emperor literally going out and slaying monsters for money, so... I guess that means we're technically a... Ooh, Dragon's Lair. I guess that means we're technically a mercenary nation. I'm trying to obtain a technique to end all others. I'm trying to develop a new move here. Apparently these guys have lost their, reputation lately, so... Hey-ya! This room belongs to Sir Carl, head of the Dragon Lair. Ninja... So, no, but these are... Oh, maybe they are ninjas. Look at those spears in the background. I'm the assistant. Sir Carl's trouble here because this is a monster immune to physical attacks. We will tear the fiend's cloister to shreds. Then I shall lend my aid. You'll help? Then please take care of the slimy monster on the second floor of the fiend's cloister. Spells are effective against it, but we brawlers are all thumbs when it comes to magic. We'll take care of the boss. It releases electricity, so avoid tight formations. Okay, so what's telling me here is I can't use the Imperial Cross. I'll have to use free-for-all. Okay, not a problem. Of course, I could just do something else, but these guys seem like they're in a bit of a bind. Looks like their reputation's been hurt a lot lately because they haven't been able to defeat the boss here since he's immune to physical attacks, so... Termitator. Creeper. Here we are. What? Wait, what's this? Self-immolation. Plucks flames and damages anyone who gets near. Okay, so this is a retaliation strike, and also makes me immune to magic. Fire magic, that is. Okay, that's good to know. Light Ball is an AoE spell, so let's go with that. Nice. Spell Blades of Wind. Those guys are Earth, so I'm assuming they're weak to wind. Attack with your bow. Light Ball. Oh, dang. Those guys don't mind light magic at all, but that's fine. They're blinded, so they're gonna miss more. Okay, definitely magic is the way to go against these termitators. Okay, Bear and Walrus and Orion are doing fine damage. Let's see if fire... Bugs usually hate fire, right? Yeah, let's go with this one. What's Blunt Strike? Use your weapon to inflict paralysis. Elder Bow, let's go with that. Exorcisers. Of course she missed. You'd think these would have high accuracy. Ooh, Sunder. What's this one? Not bad. Fireball. Alright, Fireball is a bit better. Looks like these guys are weak to wind more than absolutely anything else. So, Blades of Wind are definitely what I want to use. Alright, we'll go with these guys. Thief's a little weak, on the weak side, but that's fine. I imagine she's supposed to be utility, so I'll use her as a stunner and debuffer. Rogue Formation, that's a Valkyrie. I imagine they're weak to wind since they're flying, so... Well, actually, no. Let's test fire on this one. And we'll test wind on this one, see what they're weak to. And you guys just go onga bonga. Ooh, they're... Usually anything with wings are weak to arrows, so let's see how this goes. Oh, balls. That's quite the different parties last time. Yeah, we had a generation shift. That's also quite a bit of damage these guys are doing. Why do these have regen? You know what, let's, I cannot flee. When it does, I guess what happened. Actually, I had to reset a few times in order to beat the boss, but I did eventually do it. Keyword being eventually. Vertical strike. Freaking tanks. Alright, that was just a lot of stupidity on my end, so I'm just gonna reset real quick. In my defense, the generation hasn't even started. So... Oh, no. I don't want to quit the game, I just want to... Alright, so yeah, I need to go to these guys to unlock the Brawlers mission. But yeah, there were a lot of one-hit deaths a moment ago. Perhaps I should train the dragons there too. Alright, so I have to take a drink here in order to unlock that. A drink, please. Phew. And this is what triggers the event. I think I'm okay. Tough battle for the Brawlers. The Empire's more reliable. Perhaps I should train the dragons there too. I am the Empress. Your Highness, the monsters of the West are causing us trouble. We are protected by the dragons there, but they're completely unreliable. Please take care of them for us. So yeah, it looks like the dragons there, Brawlers, have a bit of a reputation hit in this area, so I'm gonna have to help them out of a bind. Seems like an interesting... Yeah, that mechanic here of how the generation shift is one of the reasons I chose this game, because it really feels like it shakes things up in a nice way. Sir Carl's troubled. There's a creature immune to physical attacks. I lend my aid. You'll help? Then please take care of the slimy monster. The spells are effective, but we Brawlers are all thumbs. Take care of the boss. I need to do some fights anyway since I purchased the Magic Academy, and that's going to take a little while to build. I intend to generally make a magic empire, so... I definitely can't start too early. I'm gonna go ahead and save while we're here. And I guess I can't afford to not go all out against these enemies here. Valkyrie Amnesia. Crap. Double cut. Double cut. I think I'm doing a magic. I can run magic only. I tend to favor magic in RPG since they usually have the more interesting mechanics, but the variety of physical attacks should prevent that from being an issue in this game, at least. Honestly. Sounds good to me. Air screen on the Empress, please. Knee split. Stunner. Vertical strike. Light ball. Alright, both are blinded. That should help a little. Ah, excellent. Okay, good. It's only the Valkyries that are really, really tough. How to fireball. Blades of Wind. Knee split. Twin arrows. Exerciser. Of course you'd miss. Blades of Wind. Dang, the Valkyries are really tough. Looks like Blades of Wind are my best bet here. Twin-O's. And maybe Twin-O's if those actually hit. Of course. Okay, there we go. Bow level up. Centipede, ooh. Light ball, all of those guys, if you please. Blades of Wind. Knee split. Haphazard arrow, since that's I could use an AoE strike. There we go. That's okay, I guess. Okay, these guys aren't killing me nearly as much. It's just the Valkyries that are an absolute problem. Okay, yeah, bugs apparently hate wind in this game. Good to know. Plants are obviously going to be weak to fire, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright. And just a regular attack with Exerciser, please. But yeah, basically what happened was I beat the boss of the tower in the southern area, and it immediately said 113 years later. Alright, these guys are mostly undead. Bone Biter. That's not horrifying at all. No, sir. Blades of Wind. Vertical Strike. Zombie. Painful. Stun. However, I have noticed the Empress is quite a bit more durable than... let me check here. Attributes, yeah. Amethyst is the Empress here, and let's see here. Defense... T... Yeah, 16-7. Yeah, she's way more durable. I guess I'm fine fighting the bugs, because the bugs aren't really causing me problems. Actually, let's go with Light Ball. Blades of Wind. Knee Split. Haphazard Arrow. Vertical Strike. I need to try and spark a few more skills while we're here. Tackle. I do know this game is one of those where you definitely want to focus on your skill levels in each spell or magic. And Blades of Wind. No, I said Blades of Wind in the sky. Life Water on her, please. Knee Split. Vertical Strike. Dang it. Life Water to bring the thief back. I cannot let her fall too many times. Crap. That Valkyrie's gonna be a big problem if I don't do something, so... Light ball, maybe I can blind her. Air screen on the thief, because we really need to do that. Vertical strike on the Valkyrie. Stunner on the Valkyrie. Just use a regular attack on her since I'm pretty sure she doesn't have health. There. Entangle. That's a little annoying. Ah, I was correct in doing that. These are good plants, so I guess I should get some fire magic up here. Remember when Mage got confused there casting an AoE? Oh, that does sound like it could be a potential problem. I should probably heal up real quick because I just realized I forgot to bring some NP restore items, and seeing as how the entire reason I'm here is magic usage, I need to grab those. Ah, Avalon, viva la Avalon. Salute. I believe the storage up here get hit harder than the HP cap. Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna hurt. Retrieve items, spirit liquor. Yeah, let's bring some of those. I guess I should head to my room and sleep in the palace, since I got some training in. Salute. The nice thing about being Emperor is that you seem to get a decent stat boost to everything, so even though I'm playing a mage right now, she's not nearly as squishy as the actual mage in the party. Or at least that seems to be what I'm noticing. Cloister. Alright, plants I'm not too bothered about fighting, honestly, especially since I've got so many fireballs I can use. Mandrake has definitely got to die because I know that thing can put us to sleep. Dang it. Blades of Wind. There we go. So that's the risk of falling asleep gone. Hypnosis. Okay. I'm imagining fire will do higher damage than wind. Okay, Blades of Wind seems to be a bit stronger. Centipede Creeper, let's just light ball these guys. Blade of Wind, that one. Split that one, haphazard arrow, and just attack normally that one. Not bad. Ow! Self-immolation. Okay, so hit that guy with magic. Good to know. Light ball. Blades of wind. Knee split. So is the Jew, the Bob, and the guy that refused to serve a guard house still alive? That's not him. That was Hector. This one's Orion. Like I said, generation shifts happen, so it's been about 100 years since the last one. So, but I do know you can recruit Hector if you once you complete the Goblin invasion. Fireball. Blades of wind. Alligator. Light ball. And who's that? A python? That doesn't... oh, whatever. Hazard arrow. Long spear. But for now, just regular attack. Ow. Light. Okay, so these guys aren't really weak to pierce damage. Oh, excellent. Gates. Knee splits. Alright, let's see if Fireball's any better. Life Water the Thief, please, because she's a lot less durable than I thought she was. Attack with the Exerciser. Of course he misses, because why wouldn't he? There we go. Bow up. Might as well save while I'm here. Were-frog. Gross. Attack. Fireball. Skewer. Ting. Blades of Wind. Okay, so Blades of Wind is just stronger than everything else right now by a pretty good margin. I'll have to keep that in mind. Life Water on. Actually, no, I can Blades of Wind him and have Walrus use Key Meditation to heal himself. Of course she misses. Blades of Wind. Imps. That looks more like a fetus than an imp, but okay. Blades of Wind. Well, actually, since I'm here anyways, might as well use some physical attacks to save some MP. Attack with your legs. Haphazard arrow. Smash. Ooh, that's pretty good damage for a mage. Yeah, being the Emperor certainly has its perks, that's for sure. Horror. Ooh. Confuse. Okay, so those imps are immune to martial arts. No, they're immune to martial arts, so we're gonna have to use her sword. Thief's real quick, so if she can kill it, of course she'd miss. There we go. Martial up. That's a lot of slimes. What's everyone's MP at? MP... Our MP's fine. Alright, so we're gonna have to start using magic here, but that's fine. I brought MP restores for this specific purpose. Haphazard arrow and darn bloodsuck. Well, at least I killed the one with no hypnosis, because that's gonna be the biggest problem. Pollen. Freaking out. Oh crap, that's not good. Oh phew. I probably shouldn't be doing that. Will you please stop spamming? Maybe less martial and more generate blunt. True. Light ball, because magic is definitely the way to go here. Physic water on yourself. Not smash, I need something with accuracy. And of course I'd miss with the bow. Light ball. Physic water. Gotta get that water skill up. Blades of Wind. You know, I'll just go with Blades of Wind there to avoid missing. Who's low on HP? A couple people. He'll need it since he doesn't have much magic resistance. Martial. Defend. Yeah, you just defend Beaver, so... I noticed the female thieves seem to be named after mammals and the male thieves are named after birds. Funny, usually that'd be the other way around, I think. Life water just to get your magic skill up. Of course she lands that hit. Oh, this is gonna be very annoying, isn't it? Broke formation. Dino bubble. Those look like the ball pit monsters from No Delivery. Dino bubble. Cyclone twist. Life water on yourself. Of course. I have to keep getting screwed over so much here, I swear. Life water. Knee split. Fireball. Blades of Wind. No, the life water actually. Knee split. Just a bow attack. One day she'll land that bow hit, I swear. But today is not that day. Alright, that should kill it. Actually, since that thing has an AoE spell, I need to change the formation to free-for-all. And I'll save right here because we're about to do a boss fight. Lights ball. Blades of Wind. Knee split. Zeno, how do you pronounce that? Well, he doesn't hit too hard, that's good. They're fast, though, and I don't like that. I can do with a lot less of that, if that's okay with you. Hypnosis, of course. Blood Suck, of course. He has no defense against that, so... There we go. Blades of Wind. Ow. Orion, you know what to do. Air Screen. Okay, that's not as bad as it could have been. Life Water. Okay, good. Orion's safe. No longer, his life's no longer in danger. Barrel Pounce. And that's a terrible miss. Life Water on the Thief. Knee Split on the Zeno. Just basic attack on the Zeno. Twine. Whatever that is, I'm glad it keeps missing. Blades of Wind. Ow. Let's see if Twin Arrows does anything more against the Zeno. Alright, there we go. Darn it. I swear, has she landed a single Twin Arrow yet? She's not gonna land it anyway, so... Blades of Wind. Well, at least that woke up the Empress. Of effing course. Well, the good news is I can do this just fine. So, Blades of Wind. Knee Split. App has no Twin Arrows. Starting to run low on SP, but that's fine. Fireball. Okay, yeah, why am I wasting time when I can just do Blades of Wind for so much more damage? Oh, at least the arrows are actually doing something. Dino Bubble. Ow. Yeah, Blades of Wind him. Blades of Wind. Well, actually, you can probably afford to Life Water yourself just to get your magic up. And whatever, since your arrows are gonna miss anyway. I've just come to accept that. Alright, so Parasite's Liquor. Restore your MP. Restore your MP. And here's the boss. Gel Matter. It uses electric type magic, so I'm assuming we can probably put Air Screen on as many people as possible first. I should probably focus on a debuff ability of some sort, so Stunner perhaps? Vertical Strike, probably not gonna do much, but we'll see. Stunner. And of course. Lightning. Oh, of course it has regeneration magic. Why wouldn't it? Fireball. Blades of Wind. Knee Strike. You know what? Since you're so fast, heal yourself. Vertical Strike, since that's actually doing physical damage. Fireball. Let's see if this helps. Okay, that's a lot better. Ow! Dang it. Oh, I put it on herself rather than... Okay, I'm dumb. Blades of Wind, let's see if that's any better. Balm on him. Balm. Vertical Strike. Blades of Wind. Okay, so yeah, Fire and Wind are about equal in effectiveness here. Alright, let's go with Fireball, Blades of Wind, Key Meditation to heal yourself, Stunner, Id Break. That might help debuff at the very least, so let's try that. No status effects, darn it. But Fireball, oh yeah, Fireball is way better. There we go. Wait a minute. Oh no, remember I promised those guys I would only kill the monster on the second floor. Alright, now let's head back to the Dragon's Lair and see if these guys can do it now that we cleared it out. And save their reputation. Hello, Master Carl. Great job. To battle, everyone. I'm the assistant. I'm the assistant. This room belongs to Carl, head of the Dragon's Lair. Alright, let's see how those guys are doing. Will they get back their reputation, or will they die horribly and I have to save them? Actually, look at all these corpses here. I wonder if this is because these were all the brawlers who tried to fight and died. Poor guys. Ooh, chest. Received Ring of Nibble. Not bad. Ooh, chest. You find some treasure. Not bad. How are you guys doing? We maintained our honor. We'll help if the Empire ever needs us. I did it! We've maintained our honor. Alright, yeah, I bet I could have gone past and killed that thing, but in that case, the people would have just probably lost faith in those guys completely and just said, okay, screw it, we're throwing in with the Empire, since apparently the Emperor can do what they can't. Lucky for me, I chose a mage as the Empress. Let's see how Nibble's doing. Nibble. Long live the Empire, and hail the Dragon's Lair. Who will be those who accost this town, Dragon's Lair? Dragon's Lair brawlers protect this town. Brawlers train at the Dragon's Lair. What are these guys saying now? Perhaps I should go to Avalon and become a soldier. Huh. I guess they still have better faith in the Empire. What is it? A drink, please. Phew. Village of Tiffle south of here. The brawlers of the Dragon's Lair are unmatched. Store, longbow. Nothing I'm really interested in, honestly. on, a new southern area to fall. Here we are. There's still many gems left in the gemstone mine, but it's full of monsters. All manner of lowlighters get flocked to town to get rich quick, but now... So I guess this was a gold rush town and experienced a similar fall from grace. Welcome. Stay. Might as well restore my MP and SP. I mean, why not, right? If the monster of the gemstone might go away, perhaps my sons would come back. Sigh, I want to see my grandson. Well, I hope the monsters haven't killed him or something. That would... Then again... Stop moving around. I snuck into the mine. Just when I thought I got my hands on a gem, I triggered a trap. Luckily, I got quick feet. Okay, so basically there's floor traps in the mine. That's, something to be aware of, I suppose. I got nothing to sell. Then why are you open? When the gemstone mine was active, this village was hustling and bustling. Alright, so it sounds like I need to clear out the mine of monsters and then this place will open up again. I imagine... Oh yeah, the bar's back there, but no one's in there. Because it's a dying mining town. Welcome! Drink, please. Phew. So does she just gulp the whole thing in one go, or...? Gemstone mine. Found some treasure. Oh yeah, I should put the Imperial Cross formation back. Well, no matter. Lights ball. Blades of wind. Haphazard arrow. Knee split. Miss. Ugh. Burning soul. Blades of wind. Life water on yourself. Knee split. Haphazard arrow again. Blades of wind. Barrel pounce. Miss. Fireball. Life water. Knee split. I wonder if it's possible to reach an unwinnable state in this game because the mob scales so much. I genuinely don't know, honestly, but that's also why I don't want to really grind too much. At the same time, though, I do have to use these skills to spark new abilities, but so... Blades of wind on the human soul. Vertical strike, because why not? You know what? No point in not going all out. Blades of wind. Physic water to cure him. Twin arrow. Just a regular attack, actually. Yeah, the thief is pretty weak. I guess there are... Well, I'm sorry, vagabond, because I guess which thief is too mainstream. life water he has, the more healing he's got. Well, at least I got some money out of the gemstone. Oh, right, I need to set the formation back to Imperial Cross. Oh, lovely, it remembered where everyone went, so I don't have to do it again. Let's go ahead and save, then. So far, it looks like the... Split. Attack. I am worried that the game might get too hard if I scale too much, but at the same time, it's probably not going to be a big deal as long as I don't really grind too heavily. But at the same time, I do want to use the Spark new abilities, since skill level in... I've noticed the skill level in each, in everything matters more than the raw stats, at least in most cases, so I definitely want to get my abilities up where possible. Likewise, this also means I want to dedicate whenever possible. I don't want to make too many hybrids. The Emperor I could probably make into a hybrid just fine. Ooh. Oh dear. Okay, well that... Okay, I admit you guys got me, haphazard. Light ball. Alright, I guess my greed got the best of me there, I'll admit it. I figured, ooh, another 90k crowns. Blades green. Vertical strike. Twin arrows. Vertical strike. Twin arrows. Of course it misses, why wouldn't it? To be honest, I usually like thieves in RPGs for their utility, but she hasn't really gotten too much utility yet, unless there's a steal build. Character stats only seem to determine how easy it is to character to fulfill a role. Yeah, that's what I noticed too. I guess to her credit, the thief pretty much always goes first, so if I can, once the magic academy is up, I can just teach her some healing magic and support magic. But she's definitely not going to be very useful for situations like this, I suppose. Definitely gonna need vertical strike if I want to deal damage to slimes. And will you stop using blood suck? Darn you! Light ball. Tank with 13 magic is probably still doing some decent damage. 121 will outperform. Unless there's a huge skill gap. Yeah, that makes sense. Fireball. Yeah, I don't want to fight all those guys. That's just going to be a pain. Alright, looks like that's another, Oh, another werefrog. At least they also start at decent magic levels, so those will start. I imagine your Emperor could reasonably master basically everything by the end of the game, but ooh, Sunder. Lizard. Blades of Wind. Blades of Wind. Knee splits. She's really running low on abilities, darn it. Not martial skill, but rapier might not be bad. Attack with a great sword. Sunder looks definitely more worthwhile. Blades of Wind. Blades of Wind. Lizard Man. Team. Dang, Walrus is definitely a pretty good tank here. Well, these guys are lizards, so I'm assuming they don't mind fire too much. They should be bothered by wind, at least moderately. Barrel pounce. Ow. Alright, let's save real quick. The fact that one's not moving implies it might be a boss of some sort. Lizard Lady, Frog Prince. Excellent. Alright, so air screen. Air screen. Oh no. I want you to buff. Alright, the vertical strike. Stunner. See if you can stun Frog Prince there. Vertical strike. Okay, good. That's one less attack per turn for a little bit I don't have to worry about. Excellent. She lost her attack. Self-immolation. Air screen on yourself. Vertical. Yeah, vertical strike is fine. Just use a regular attack for now. Sunder. Okay, excellent. Good. That's one down. Okay, I think the game expected me to go there first and not necessarily to the other one. The gemstone mine was freed and the Empire's finances have significantly increased. And the Empire? I feel you overestimated that one. Yes, I did. I think the game wanted me to, oh, I was thinking Orch. Or it would increase the Empire's revenue. What would that cost? I must require 30k crowns. We currently have more than enough. Okay, build it. See to it. I was expecting her to say make it so for some reason. Oh well. Let's go ahead and save then. Yeah, I think the game expected me to go to the mine first and then to the fortress, because the fortress boss was actually really, really hard. And this time it was a complete cakewalk. Oh well. I'm really glad I was able to get past the Knizi fight in the first stream, because ooh, here we are, the Magic Academy. Those eyes are a little unnerving, I'm gonna be honest. Bosses being statical mobs aren't a factor as well. Oh, I didn't know the boss. I thought the boss is scaled with you, because I do know that the 7 heroes do. So like Knizi, I know he doesn't. Wait, what was that? I don't like how those eyes are when I enter the door. Nice to meet you, I'm Regulus. I study magic on my own. This device can measure magic. The higher logic, the weaker your magic will be. Oh dear, Amethyst has surprisingly high logic despite being a magical emperor. I'm trying to think of a good way to mix water and earth. I'm trying to think of a good way to mix air and water. Regulus, how have you been? Could be worse. Magic is slow and steady process. I don't need to push myself. I want to learn hydrology. Just a home. Alright, let's go with Beaver, since that's going to be the heal. Heal the HP of an ally. Proceed, yes please. Alright, we're going to make Beaver our healer, since she basically always moves first. There we go. Sadly, Amethyst herself cannot learn water magic because she already has fire. The final boss might not. I might have to look into that, but I'm still a long ways away from the final boss, so. Nice to meet you, I'm Rose. I study magic on my own. Okay, so logic is the same for everyone. I'm trying to think of a good way to mix water and earth. I'm trying to think of a good way to mix earth and fire. I do know schools of magic in this game are mutually exclusive. So you can't have both fire and water, and you can't have both earth and wind. On that note, I actually don't have anyone that has earth magic. Rose, how have you been? Could be worse. Magic is so steady. I don't need to push myself. You want to learn terrorology? Beaver can learn it, man. Gilded strength and tank. Increase the strength of an ally. Okay, yeah, so it looks like her best bet's gonna be a buffer, since she basically always moves first. Beaver. Entangle. Immobilize. Proceed. Yes, please. You learn Entangle. Okay, excellent. We finally got some good magic going on our team. I just need to spark some new ones. Wait, is there more fire magic, actually? Because if there's an additional fire spell, I should probably teach it to Amethyst, my Empress, while I'm here. I'm probably... Onyx, all is well, but of course, Your Highness. A court mage is devoted to studying the arts. You want priology? Oh, I've already got both, it seems. Oh well. I'm trying to think of a way to mix earth and fire. I'm trying to think of a good way to mix fire and air. I assume I just have to use both magics until they have a mech spell. I like the way they call magic here. Yeah, though. Yeah, it does kind of, the way they say pyrology, terrology, aerology, it makes it sound like a science rather than magic. Then again, I guess magic's science. I guess in a world where magic is an actual thing and mainstream like this, especially since we now officially have ourselves a university where anyone can learn it, I think magic and science would not be too different, at least in a universe like this, or at least that's my opinion. I know people like to go whole magic versus science thing, but really I don't see why they'd be at odds in a world where both are clearly researchable. Actually, I should probably stick to Avalon. It makes magic a field of study, and that's nice. Yeah, the one I named the Final Empress after Selena, after one of my OCs, she's supposed to be based on that very concept, that magic itself is a field of study, and that's what she focuses on. I guess the court major's still here, but I don't need I guess anytime I need a mage, I can just go to the university now. Now let's see, what are these guys? Now, someone in this palace gives me an idea of where to go next if I'm ever stuck. Let's see here. I'm gathering information. Cumberland lies on the other side of the Orient Sea. King Harold wishes to meet you, Your Highness. Though the Victor Canal is now accessible, it's not fit for trade because of armed merchants. The group is based out in Moilm. Okay, so yeah, I knew somewhere in the palace someone told me where I could go next. The Empire is currently a record. Okay, not bad. I'm probably gonna see about sticking to Magic Emperors since I want to, but I won't be afraid from something like, say, Light Infantry, because I do know as we've seen here, the Emperor gets a pretty big boost to all their stats. So as we can see here, Amethyst actually has a decent strength stat. Nowhere as good as someone like Walrus, of course, but she has more than Libra and, well, the same as Beaver. But she also has much higher bulk. And that's, I'm pretty sure, a regular mage for court mage like this wouldn't normally have that. So I guess being an emperor just basically just removes all weaknesses of a class. You just become good at anything you want, and that's leaves some pretty nice options open. So I'll probably experiment a bit. Actually, a thief emperor might not be too bad. I probably should have taken Crow and had a chance, but oh well. Somon's a regular town now, right? Yes, it is, since I've cleaned out the monsters. It's become so peaceful. The peace almost seems surreal. Main character's gotta have main character benefits. Yeah, I'm Hariga the Seventh, genius inventor. My family's been creating inventions for generations. Oh. I did notice that some NPCs seem to give a bit of different dialogue if you talk to them a second time in a row, but it seems to be only 2 at most. How peaceful it's become. Bye. Other Greaves, other guard. And that's all fine. I think everyone's equipment's gonna be fine for now, at least until I research better equipment. Welcome. A drink, please? Phew. Even the Empress needs to relax now and then. It's become so peaceful. Well, I'm glad kicking out Knizi made a pretty, clear... Can I become the Emperor someday? Being the Emperor is not a job I think you would find joy in. It's almost a stipple at this point. It's a master of all trades. I'd say it depends on the game. In some games they try to do that, and it kind of falls flat because then they're just not good at anything. But in games where they're good at everything and also higher than basically anything but the most dedicated, that's where it feels a lot better, because then, okay, yeah, this guy's special. This guy... And I don't mind if I do that, because, hey, main character privileges is reasonable. Where to, ma'am? Douglas smiles. I've not been to either of these places. Where'd the guy who wanted to meet the Empress again? Let's go to Douglas first. Also counting games classes stuff, true. Usually if you can change the job of everyone around there, then yeah, 40% is main character with swords. Unfortunately, yes. Yeah, swords are nice and all, but it's nice to have some variety now and then. The eldest son, George, is courageous, Sophia is smart, and the youngest, Thomas, is so kind and loved by all. We're lucky to have them. Sophia in the East is only after Sophia prospered only after Sophia came to power. It's the only country remained free from grip of war. It's truly marvelous. Lord Thomas is the youngest prince in the country. Dragon Quest has this in an extreme amount. Oh yeah, there's a reason why Hero and Smash has all those. Is there anything good here? Metal Shield's about it, but honestly nothing I'd spend money on. And this hasn't been allied or made to a vassal of the Empire, so... Oh, these guys don't salute. Your Highness, good of you to present yourself. My youngest, Thomas. Thomas, Your Highness. My 2 older children are not currently present. Did you meet them? Yes, I did. No, not yet. My eldest son George is in the castle of the south, and my youngest daughter is in the east. Please go to Nark and Hopa to meet up with George and Sophia. Will you do this for me? Very well. Oh wow, I wish to note that the game took complete control of me since I entered that room, and then once I answered the question, he booted me right out. Okay, I guess he wants me to get the lay of the land here. Let's go with Hofa. Lady Sophia is still single. She longs to remain dead. He longs to remain dead. Lady Sophia is beautiful, smart, and witty. If I was half the woman she is. Staples, swords, indeed. At least ones where you can class change around. They usually have a legendary weapon for each weapon, like how Final Fantasy III had Eureka with basically everything, so you can master whatever you want. Hey, Lady Sophia, why would you ever want to build a school? Oh, well, a school for children. If it's a public school, then I say Sophia has her head on straight. Especially given the public schools took a long time to become mainstream. Welcome. Don't need the end, but... Oh yeah, so she did build a school. That's wonderful. And adorable. The Great Wall of Cumberland prevents anyone from coming or going, so Lady Sophia is building a port in hopes of engaging in international trade. That is very smart, actually. Our trade ship is heading east, and we cannot avoid the perilous Camoon Straits. Hello, Sophia. Lady Amethyst, thank you for coming. I am Sophia, daughter of King Harold of Cumberland. My father has ordered me to lead this town. I'm glad the town is prospering, but I'm getting swamped with more work. Lady Sophia is sometimes lost in thought. I'm sure she's thinking about King Harold and her brother. Okay, so glad to hear she's on good terms with her family. Families can, from what I've seen, families can sometimes be pretty hit or miss. I'm blessed to be in good terms with my family, at least. Or at least that's at least how I take on it. I don't know what I'd do if I couldn't get along with my family. I'd try to get by, but it would just suck a lot more. And I mean for everyone involved. These guys don't talk. This country's soldiers never quit on duty. Extraordinary, think. Interesting. The Great Wall on the southern Cumberland prevents intruders from coming in a step. I don't think it provides more security as a job. Dungeon music notes, hey, something is up. Indeed. I'm George, son of King Harold of Cumberland. I was ordered to guard Castle Narok. I wish they had a bit more to say, but it looks like he's responsible for establishing and training the military, and Sophia is responsible for getting the infrastructure for their economics and the education system. That's actually a pretty good combo. It's like what would happen if Duma and Mila and Fire Emblem Gaiden or Shadows of Valencia actually got along. I realize not all families are gonna have that, so it's unfortunate. But what can you do, I suppose? Just deal with it as it comes, I guess. Your Highness! Good of you to present yourself. George, Sophia, did you meet them? Yes, I have. Please feel free to stay the night. We have much to discuss in the morning. Okay, I think I get where it's going to... Yep. Yeah, as soon as he said we have much to discuss, I figured, okay, I think I know where he's going with this. Who do you think is a suitable heir? Of course. My first instinct is that infrastructure and economy are the most important parts of a nation. So my first instinct is to pick Sophia. But given that we're currently at war with the Seven Heroes, I don't think military is to be neglected. If he's his favorite, I imagine he's going to win, but to be honest, I don't think this is my job here. After all, well, this is its own kingdom, and while it's nice to he respects my opinion, well, then again, he does respect my opinion, and if he truly can't decide, perhaps it would be more rude for me not to give an opinion. Strictly speaking, I do think it should be up to him and not up to me, but if he does genuinely... Wait, there's a third? Yeah, remember Thomas was the one who introduced himself. He was all right away because he was always by the king's side. Yeah. So yeah, my first instinct is So it's probably ultimately it should really be Harold's. I mean, for all he knows, Thomas has some stuff going on. Sophia sounds like a mage, probably. Truth be told, I think he should be the one to decide. I think you need to make that decision yourself. Much as I think Sophia would be a wonderful ruler, and the eldest has proven competent in something that's definitely going to matter now that since we're currently at war with the Seven Heroes, I think that should be his decision. The Empire cannot meddle with Cumberland's dissipation. You're absolutely right. It was my mistake to ask an opinion on this matter. I'll make the decision on my own. I'm sure you'll make the right choice, Harold. It sounds like all three of them have a good head on their shoulders. King Harold has passed away. The hell? I mean, was he really on his deathbed or something? I think he would have mentioned that. Where's Lord Thomas gone? Empress Amethyst, do you have any ideas? For that. Yeah, I'm gonna be blunt. The fact he died literally immediately after we go through this makes me think there's no possible way this was an accident. Lord Thomas, the poor thing. Is he upstairs? I didn't even think about that. But then again, it said Harold's favorite. Thomas is Harold's favorite, so he's probably going to choose the youngest just because it favors him for one reason or another. Too much stress to having to choose? It's possible. Largely, I just think the Empire might be overstretching its bounds by deciding Cumberland's future, and so my logic was I don't want to force our hand on a sovereign nation like that. Then again, I guess he did ask. He does. Then again, I guess he should have. It's not wrong of him to ask for a second opinion. No pranks. Cramps. What's this? Oh. Huh. Actually, it wasn't. It was me. It picked me. Father. People are never ready for the death. People are never ready for the death of the king. It'll be difficult. You're King Harold's son. My father was ill, but it goes so suddenly. Lord Thomas, Sir Seyfried has been looking for you. I don't want to see him. What are you saying? Sir Seyfried possesses King Harold's will. It states Lord Thomas to ascend the throne. Huh. But my father just passed away. Leave me alone in grief. Further, why would I become king if there's George Sophia? Let's honor his wish. Let's go. Lord Gorg is gathering soldiers. He cannot be forgiven for his treason. You must sentence him to death. Take arms against my brother? This makes no sense. Couldn't we settle this through talks? If he was willing to talk, why the soldiers? He's a man of military prowess. This battle will likely get ugly, Your Highness. Please provide soldiers from your army. Imperial soldiers make defeating Gorg and his men a possibility. Would you please return to the Empire and prepare us for reinforcements? Doing that would drive George to a corner. I wish to resolve this without fighting. Your Highness, what should I do? Peacemakers are a rare breed. I believe there's way more going on here, so... Furthermore, I think the fact he wants to negotiate rather than cause anything is a good idea. So yes, peacemakers are a rare breed. Your Highness. Wait a minute, it's too dangerous. Since it's dangerous, I'll go. Such duties are my burden. Your Highness, please, this is all I ask. Cumberland's not part of the Empire. I ask you to refrain from treating it like your backyard. Honestly, that's precisely the reason why I didn't want to push my opinion on the king. But at the same time, if he does respect from one leader to another, I could have at least given him an opinion. But we'll find out. It's a bit weird that he went for his youngest son, but then again, his family as a whole. Well, then again, as we've just seen, his family might not entirely have a good head on his shoulders. Alright, first things first. If things do get ugly. Alright, we're going to be going. Alright, looks like he's here. You tried not to play your hand, and now you're forced to. That is a very good point, honestly. But then again, if I hadn't been here, maybe The fact he died as such immediately means that it's possible that George's attempted ascension here might have been planned for some time, in which case it may have been simply good luck that I was here in time to do something about it. Hello there, Highness, what can I do for you? I'm here on behalf of the King Thomas's Peacemaker. King Thomas wishes to speak with you, Sir George. Peace? I have no quarrel with Thomas. There's nothing for us to speak about. Everything will be settled once he steps off that self-proclaimed throne. King Thomas is worried about you. That's why he asked me to come as a messenger. Please speak with him. You know I can't trust the Empire. Does Thomas intend to turn over Cumberland after ascending? Will you not give me your confidence? The monsters dug a hole under the Great Wall. Ah, wretched beast, I'll send you to the other side. I can handle the monsters. Call it a sign of good faith. Very well, allow me to see what the Empress herself can do. At the very least, nothing will unite people at war like a common enemy, and those monsters may be... Using those monsters as a common ground seems like a decent idea. Though, of course, they'd guard the hole, why wouldn't they? Oh, balls. Light ball. Air screen? No, not air screen. Blades of wind. Knee strike is fine. Haphazard arrow. Sunder. I love how there's monsters, flying over it too. I wonder about that, actually. Yeah, now that you bring it up. I can't stop thinking about it. Why are they able to fly? Why don't they just fly over it? Then again, maybe that's why we have an established military in Cumberland. Actually, I should really just use knee split over attack. Random goblins, why not just send over a huge dragon? Well, they may not have a dragon. After all, the big enemies are usually going to be rarer. The spoiler. Blades of wind. Actually, yeah, sending over the weak one's a good idea. Oh yeah, that trying to wear the army down might add up over time. Oh crap, I'm confused. I'm glad I didn't choose haphazard arrow. Watchman. Well, at least he hit Walrus, who is a wall. I just know the more fights lead to higher scaling. Well, they just know that. I guess that works too. Actually, I should probably avoid doing that. Martial Great Sword. Let's have a mage using a freaking sword. Exercise. Received rabbit's foot. Oh dang, that's another group. Alright. I'm definitely gonna have to use some magic to get past this. Blades of wind. Knee split. Haphazard arrow. Basic attack. Okay, most of them got hit, that's good. Light ball. Go. So many large waves, indeed. Dang, that lizard thing is fast. Alright, let's go ahead and double cut this guy. Blades of wind. Sidewind? No, not Sidewinder, just attack. I should really be using Sunder more since that only costs 1 TP. Kick. Ding! Nice. Spell. Here we are, Life Water. Sunder. There we go. Blades of Wind. Probably recommend attack if you think the animal's almost down for an occasional chance. Spark. Yeah, that's a good point. Haphazard. Haphazard arrow. Light ball. Sunder. Sunder is really good for only 1 skill point. Frog. No, don't defend. Alright, let's go with Blades of Wind here. You can also Blades of Wind. Also attack regularly. Sunder. Blades of Wind. Enemies feel a lot more reasonable now, which means they're probably about to scale a bit higher soon. Light Ball. Blades of Wind. Terror Voice. Oh, that sucks. These guys have basically no HP, so I'm gonna go ahead and just use regular attacks. I'm assuming this is the boss. Dude, holy crap, that Dune Worm. Air screen. Air screen. I can actually start using magic here, so Gildan's Strength on Walrus. Actually, no. Gildan's Strength on Orion. And Sunder. Looks like Earth is primarily buffs right now, so Earth and Water seems good for a dedicated support. Meanwhile, crap, I didn't know they had Earth. another screen. Submarine. Okay, that was... Alright, there we are. Blades of Wind. Life Water on Walrus. Sunder. That hurt. Real bad. Fireball, maybe? Life Water on yourself. You split it. Life Water on the Empress. Now, you see, this is... Okay, now having a thief is starting to pay off, because she basically always goes first, and that's perfect for when you need someone to heal. Life Water on yourself. Sunder. Really? No balm. Lovely. There's no ways... Okay. I'm pretty sure I'm about to die. When was the last time I saved? Yeah, it seems a bit odd that these guys are dealing more damage than my max HP immediately. As much as I hate ruining the spirit of the game, this is one of those things that only really works. Now we have to talk to him because I thought this would be the boss. Because I thought this was right before a boss fight that he challenged me. At least I didn't lose anything, so... Yeah, I'm pretty sure. The game's not entirely clear with what you only have one chance at. That is, if you don't do it in this generation, and it goes away forever or whatever. Game having consequences towards dying versus game having save points everywhere. To be fair, you could argue there's not much consequence to dying since you just start out a new party. And since you can't run out of party members for any given class, you can just keep going and brute force it if you have to. It all kind of hurts the spirit of it, but I'm pretty sure if a new generation starts, it won't involve anyone here. Alright, and that basically means I skip this whole event, and I'd rather not lose the whole event. And some of the other games in general. Yeah, I do get what you mean there, yeah. Rune Factory likes to cut your money in half, but also puts save points in front of every dungeon boss. Ooh, I remember the first Rune Factory game had really BS bosses in some cases. Especially that Siren boss. That one can take absolutely forever, since one of those bosses can only be harmed during very specific circumstances, situations. Oh, balls. Werewolf. I don't know what those things do, but I'm willing to bet it's not pleasant. The spoiler. Majora's Remake also trivializes the cycle, but permanent save points. Majora's Mask. I don't remember if it was hard or not. It's definitely been a while. Water. Of course. Well, there's really no point in not going all out here. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've played Majora's Mask. Might have to. Split. Longbow. Mace. Go ahead and save here then. Beated playing only 1 day per cycle. You probably could as long as you knew what you were doing. Double cuts. Phlegm. I have no idea what phlegm is. As long as you choose which day per cycle. Indeed. Oh, dang. Oh yeah, formation. We have to go to free-for-all because what screwed us last time was the, what's it called? The earthquake ability. Opion balls. Get a point on day 1, but only enter the town on the final day. Yeah, that's a bit of a stipulation you have to make note of. I'm pretty confident the only reason I lost last time was because I was in a formation that was perfect for that line fissure to be a problem. Yeah, I don't need to worry about being conservative with the double cut simply because I'm going to be using magic more often than not on their amethysts. Dang it. Double cut. Dang. Of course. Sunder. Blades of Wind. Gaze. Stun. Longbow. Of course. Of course I miss. Is the RNG gonna screw me like it did against the previous boss? Because I get the sense it's going to screw me like it did. Let's give him a bomb. Might as well give him a bomb, a couple bombs too, just in case he runs out of MP or something. Sigh. Blades of Wind on the sword there. Haphazard, yeah. Berserk. Oh, this might be a problem. Tackle. Okay, missed good. Now try hitting now that you've got even less accuracy. Oh, balls of... Since the centipede's weak to wind, yep. Wind magic level up. Oh crap. This is probably not the best time to save, but we're gonna do it anyway. Okay, that hurt pretty bad. Blades of... Actually, Blades of Wind does a lot of damage to these guys, so let's go ahead and do that. Attack with a great sword sometimes. Fireball. Ow. Lost his attack, but that's fine. Blades of Wind. Holy crap, there's no question whose wind magic's stronger, huh? Blades of Wind. Alright, we're gonna save real quick now because that was a bit annoying. Doomworm time. Air Scream. skill, Gildan strength. Alright, Sunder. Of course it would miss, why wouldn't it? Well, what matters is we get the buffs here. Fissure Strike. He lost his... Dang it! Life Water on Sunder. Really? That effing lobster. Knee split. Of course the worm has regen, why wouldn't it? Gildan strength. Are you kidding me? Okay, finally that stupid thing is dead. And so is everyone else. Oh right, I forgot to protect her. Well, it would have killed her instantly anyways, because that's how this stupid thing is going. That regen is way more annoying than it has any right to be. Blades of Wind. Life Water on the other healer. Key Meditation on yourself. Sunder. Blades of Wind. At least I'm finally out damaging that stupid regen, but if he keeps... Key Meditation to heal yourself. Who needs healing? Sunder. See if I can... Nope, did nothing. Probably because it's the boss. Fissure Strike. Life Water. Well, that brought him back immediately. Key Meditation. Blades of Wind. Sidewinder. And Sunder. Not impressive. Very impressive as always. Blades of Wind. Tackle. Freaking ow. What is that damage? Yeah, Blades of Wind. Strike. Life Water on Orion. Life Water. There we go. HP increased. Martial up. Water magic up. Earth magic up. Watch out, it's going to cave in! Well, that should solve that problem, right? Yeah, the entire reason I lost was because the fissure kept attacking me in a line. Let's go ahead and save here. And yeah, having the thief as the water and earth magic specialist was a really good idea. You never fail to amaze me, Your Highness. I'll trust in those words. Thomas will listen to reason. An order of sentencing was death was issued in Thomas's name. The hell? What? That can't be. This is a conspiracy. Sophia. Thomas is in trouble. We have to get back to Douglas now. My intel says there's a slew of soldiers and that Thomas is being held underneath the palace. So you two need to draw enemies out of the town. I'll infiltrate and save Thomas. Please take care of Thomas. Do be careful. Okay, that's a bit tricky. Something tells me there's a lot more to this than just George not liking that he wasn't chosen for Ascension. Alright, the defenses are tight. Now we're gonna heal up. Welcome to Half Moon Inn. Let's heal up before I go in there. Oh, something tells me this isn't, something tells me there's a lot more going on here than I realize. I can't let you through. Spriggan. Oh hey, the guy who completely owned those other characters early in the game. This is fine. Gildan Strength. Sunder. Air Scream. Protect the ones who need the protection the most. I probably should have gone back to formation. Whoops. Especially since that just happened. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that now, so I'm just gonna have to protect myself. Vertical Strike. Life Water. Sunder. The hell? I was about to say, is that a story thing? But no, there's no possible way that is story related. I'm gonna call bullshit on that. Yeah, but something's going on here. It seems a bit odd that it can do, you know... I don't think you'll find a counter for that. To think I was being all, oh, I won't have to save scum too much. Oh well, neither formation will work against that. Most like, oh yeah, because it's a plus shape. Are light. Apparently there's enough time to fall asleep at least. I wish we had another formation, but I'm guessing I have to unlock those through events of some sort. Air screen. Air screen. No, not on yourself, on the thief. If you can attack before the Spriggan, you might at least be able to build his strength. Sunder. Air screen. Oh dang, that's a lot of damage. I really don't like how these guys have been dealing such a ridiculous amounts of damage. Maybe entangle. Miss, of course it would. Why wouldn't it? Grand Slam. Self-immolation. I'm gonna be honest and say I have absolutely no idea how that works. Is there even anything I can do against it? Kill in one turn. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with Grand Slam. I thought maybe Air Shield will help, but it doesn't do a thing. It doesn't do nearly as much as I was hoping it would anyways. And I have to go through this cutscene again. I mean, I guess there's a few things I could do. I could grind, but that feels less. I'm gonna have to save after this. I thought maybe using the one skill to make him lose his turn might help, but I guess since he's a boss, he's immune to that. Moves where the effect happens at the end of the round. I guess, yeah. Alright, the defenses are light. I still need to heal up no matter what, because my resources are absolutely drained. Yeah, it's shocking how much damage these bosses are doing to me. Yeah. And I went precisely where the game recommended I go, so it's not like I'm skipping anything. Alright, we're gonna try forget all that and just go pure all out in this one, or maybe blinded. Split. You can't be entangled, I don't think. What's Stomp do? Attack with your legs. That's it. Stunner. Of course you'd miss. Why wouldn't you miss? Well, at least the good news is... Well, the knee split is good if I can get it to work. Sunder. Grand Slam. Okay, that's not gonna work. Formations every time you get a new Emperor. I do. Unfortunately, I'm not sure that's anything I can do against this because it worked against everything. I get the game would rather me organically just go to the next Emperor like this here. I mean, it's probably not too hard to make her even stronger than the last one, but at the same time, that's 400 damage to the entire party when my max HP isn't anything like that. Alright, before we restart here, let me check. Is there a new formation here? Show me a new texture. No, Imperial Cross. Nope. Free for all. How am I supposed to do that? Like I said, oh, wait a minute. I remember the secret garden. Ha! Maybe I'm not supposed to fight him after all. Yeah, I didn't think about it until I saw, wait a minute, there was a window there. Does that mean... And apparently the answer was yes. Let's go with Light Ball, just for the stun. Blades of Wind. Split. Twin arrows. Excellent. Ogre missed thanks to that. Oh, nice. Twin arrows. HP increased. Receive Sledgehammer. No, don't quit. But save. Oh, yeah. I figured. Between. Feels weird seeing a goblin at this point. Sunder. Blades of Wind. Ah, excellent. Ooh, crosscut. attacks with your sword. Effect against the undead. Oh, I get it, because crosscut. Okay, that makes sense. Cool weapon, maybe you can take on the Spriggan. Imperial log here. Cumberland, here we are. Flourishing East. Audience with Harold. Harold's children. Emperor has no say. In the evening, her wishes to give his king decide and the actual advice. The African tradition mentions there's no place to make such a decision. Apologizes for putting on the spot and decides to make a decision himself. That sounds way more different from what he actually said. Harold's sudden death. Thomas gone missing. A grieving Thomas. Peacekeeper. Where's your goal in the basement? Oh crap, you're right. That's what I was thinking. Miscalculation. Yeah, so I went basically in reverse of where I was supposed to go. This also means these guys respawn, so I get to enjoy that. Fireball. Nice. Alright, we're gonna save again, and I have a feeling this is not going to be the first time I save basically every other room. Oh, looks like my magic levels are going up pretty well. I should probably do more weapon levels eventually, but I guess we'll see. Unfortunately, there's no way to avoid this. Light ball. Blades of wind. Split. Half-headed arrow. Sunder. Nice they seem to get XP for it even when... Yeah, the basement is all the way over there, so I get to find a way to go around these enemies. Isn't that lovely? They seem to track me to some extent, so I think by being here, I might be able to make a run for it. There we go. The guard that was blocking the way is gone now. Sunder. Light ball. Blades of wind. Ow. Frick. You seem to get weapon experience for the turn you select it, even if you don't actually use the attack, so I'll have to keep that in mind. combo with the rapier. There we are, and exerciser. Fireball. There we go. Save. The Watchman. Knee split. Sunder. I do like that you can't just really spam attack and get through these fights. You do have to take them seriously while still considering the end boss there. Blades of Blade. Knee split. Of course. Fireball. Mace. Sword. Receive Martinez. Blades of Wind. Bloodsuck. Ultrasonic Wave. How annoying. Sunder. Fireball. Blades of Wind. Gaze. Ah, fire magic. Excellent. Senior. Double cut. Blades of Wind. Knee split. Attack. Sunder. Excellent. No. The fact they're guarding there means there's a door. Spell blade. No, I want that. Sunder. I imagine that guy's gonna hit like a tank. Ah, excellent. Tomahawk. This is probably gonna hurt. Okay, not nearly as bad as I was worried it might. Thomas, are you alright? Your Highness, I'm fine. What are my brother and sister? The monster's being drawn from the town. Once they know you're safe, the enemy should withdraw. Let's move. Teleport. George, Sophia. Thomas, not another word. We're also in fault for not noticing that rotten apple in our country. We were too conceited and neglected to notice the obvious signs. Your Highness, did you see Cypher on the ground? He must have fled. Cypher, you have to capture him. He mentioned something about a base in the cape up north. I cannot rest until Cypher is caught. Highness, I think we should go after him immediately. Cypher, slip through my fingers, but I have the location. Once the situation's settled, I'll go after him. Alright, now that we've done that, let's go ahead and save here. Fort Cyphretes. That does not look like a lynx. Veins. Darn it. Lost our attack. Double cut. Blades of Wind. There we go. Alright, she still got a sword level out of it, so that was worth it. Let's feint. Stun the enemy with an unexpected move. Amnesia. Double cut. Oh darn, that Valkyrie is really a pain, isn't she? Blades of Wind. Oh, ow, but at least she's no longer crushing me as badly as she once did. Martial key meditation. Spell Life Water. Attack. The sooner I can get the water magic of the thief up, the better. Oh, dang it. Blades of Wind. Elder Bow. And just attack regularly. Okay, that did nothing. Air screen, okay, that's gonna suck, isn't it? Stun. Let's go in here. Evade. That's okay, that didn't kill her. Good. Blades of Wind. Alright. Twin arrows. Yeah, twin arrows is really good. There we go. Sunder. Witchman. Blades of Wind. Double cut. No, that's not wasting me. Just Mesa. Poison Mist. Alright. Saving every 2 feet, that's the way to go, right? Received rubber soles. Okay, this isn't too bad. Hypnosis. Oh, balls. Freaking hypnosis. Okay, at least the hobgoblin's probably not a threat to anyone. Life water. Physic water. Kick. Spell, life water. Sunder. Hobgoblin. And exercise. We found some treasure. Not bad. Galleon's blue. Blades of wind. Blades of wind. Crosscut on twin arrows. Sunder him. Okay, that didn't hurt as much. Axe bomber. Okay, that did hurt. Life water on the Empress. Sunder. There we go, and Blades of Wind should finish it. Let's check equipment real quick. Udogi. Actually, first I have to go through inventory. Battle suit. Wards boost speed, where wards lightning. Arm. Sledgehammer, one-handed club. Boosts magic power, so Wing of Bell, I may want to consider that for, Ring of Nibel. That's good. Oh, not longbow. Palm. Knuckle covers, let's go with rubber soles. Udogi is probably better for her. That way. Alright, let's go ahead and save then. Hazard. Sunder. Saw through hypnosis. Okay, that I'm definitely gonna have to save. On yourself. Whatever. The more water experience, the better. Undead dragon. Light ball. Blades of wind. Now we know crosscut is good against the undead, so let's use it there. Her bow is stronger than anything else, so let's just focus that then. Ow. Well, at least he can take the hit. Excellent. Of course. Okay, that was a waste of my time, wasn't it? Dang, you can tell I've been at this for a while. Look how low my MP is. SP isn't in much better shape, so I'm gonna have to start conserving. I've got MP restores, but no SP restores. Okay, so these werefrogs have line AoEs. That's gonna be kind of annoying. Of course. basically finish all this. Alright, we know that there's only chests behind these two areas. So the question is, do we come back later, or do we... Yeah. I imagine those guys don't like Divine very much. Crosscut. Holy crap, you still took a lot of damage with the shield active. Those things hit like a truck. There we go. Sweatsuit. What's that? Full armor ward sleep. Doblet. Oh darn, you can't equip it, can you? Can she equip it? Save for now. Receive Worm Slayer. Inventory. I'm assuming that's a wields the power to gather bugs. Oh, Worm Slayer, not Worm Sleep. Okay, so it's an anti-bug sword. Walrus. Oopsie. Can't equip it. Oh no, he can. Worm Slayer. Alright, that should be good. Oh my. What's Final Strike? Destroys weapon. Attack by releasing the power of your weapon. Yeah, no thanks. Tangle is 2 MP, and she doesn't have enough MP to be doing that, so let's not bother. Let's just use our regular attacks then. Light Ball. I probably should have slept at the end, but then again, my understanding is that there are some events where where time actually passing actually does matter, so I don't want to risk that. Fireball. So much for the ninja. Actually, hold on. Inventory, liquor, amethyst. Oops. Yeah, why not? I wasted one there, but that's fine. I can buy more. gonna have to fight all these guys, but I don't mind. I got magic for days. Now that I think about it, I should have given Light Ball to my Wind Mage here since, well, he's pure magic. And also, yeah, Libra. And he doesn't have any AoE magic. Light magic is not Moochill exclusive with any of the others, only with dark magic, and I don't have dark magic yet, so not much competition. I suppose I would have to beat all these guys first, wouldn't I? Sages and AoEs make me upset. SaGa and AoEs make me upset. I have noticed AoEs are notably weaker than a single target, and AoE healing/support is pretty much non-existent. Sad because there's no AoE heals or AoEs destroying me. Yeah, I don't think I haven't noticed. Enemies have absolutely no problem smacking me around. Big boss time. You're a thorn in my side. I was to rule Cumberland, then offered up the 7 heroes for a champion of eternal life. Now everything's ruined because of you. Say you live as you will die. Surrender this crooked dream. You don't need to wax poetic, Empress Amethyst. You could just tell him that the fact he's sacrificing so much just life shows he hasn't earned it. I don't even be lectured, like, so you 7 heroes aren't the only ones you've crossed. I'll offer your heads a gift to my favor. Alright, let's get these buffs up, shall we? Air screen. Ooh, vertical strike. Spell, Gildan Strength. Sunder. The more I clear out some of the riffraff that this guy's surrounding him with, the better. Okay, that isn't as bad as it could have been. Prism Light. Oh, balls. Physic Water. Physic Water on yourself. Sunder. Physic Water on yourself. Cyclone Twist. Blades of Living. Physic Water. Physic Water on Walrus. Sunder. That guy, yeah, that's fine. These guys like to confuse us a lot. Dang, they're really baiting on Libra there. Dang, what's that guy taking forever? This might be a problem. Life Water. Sunder. He's gonna be dead pretty soon. He better be. At least you already got her attack off that turn, so it doesn't matter that he took it away. Okay, good. One more dead. Alright, maybe I can get Key Meditation to heal yourself. Life Water on yourself. Balm on him, because we need it. Fillet. Oh, balls. That's killing machine in the literal sense. Cyclone Twist. I need another person who can heal up, so get up already. Blades of Wind. Moonfall Slash. Dang it. Cyclone Twist. Called Kill Machine for a reason, indeed. Okay, good, she's alive. The fact he's so much faster than her is so, annoying. Cyclone Twist. Oh, come on, really? Fireball. Life Water. No, not yourself. Life Water on him. Who needs healing most? Yourself, actually. So yes, please heal yourself. Sunder. Machine. Of course. Cyclone Twist. How very annoying. Life Water on Crosscuts. Sunder. Of course. Wow, they're really bullying Orion, aren't they? Come on, die already. There. She has no healing whatsoever, unfortunately. However, he has a couple bombs. Okay, so heal her first, since she's so fast. Not on yourself. Not on yourself. Not... Oh, balls. Oh. Yeah, you're right. Rip the mage, or Libra is literally dead, perma-dead. Just heal her. You, heal the Empress. Blades of Wind. We can still win this. We must do it for Libra. And man, he loves to bully the people who are already down. Yeah, you can do it. Okay, at least Orion is still alive, so we can... Darn you. Life Water on Empress. Sunder him. Diamond Dust. Oh, F you! Keep her alive at all costs. Okay, lucky me, I'm smart. Cyclone Twist. Man, he loves to bully Orion. I think I've done it. A shame it is to lose here. I do want to at least craft a story where some deaths are permanent. I just didn't expect so many of them to be, you know, what they ended up being. But who needs healing? Yeah, in fact, use a... I know you have some bombs. Use those to keep Walrus alive, because you're low on MP. Yeah, that was a smart move. Cyclone Twist. Yeah, please focus on Bear, not Walrus. Life Water, this is the last one. Cyclone Twist. No more magic. Twin arrows. We're gonna have to... It's a raw DPS race now. Either we kill him or we don't. Alright, she got her attack out, so she doesn't mind the stun. We got him. Thank you, Your Highness. Shame about your buddy. George, you should be sitting at one step with her. Thomas, who happenstance your king. You must accept and fulfill your role. Don't look so perplexed. Your brother and I will form the Crusaders and support the Empress in our battles of forces. Your Highness, may we ask your forgiveness? May we ask your forgiveness? Certainly, George. Your Highness, I would like to offer this country to you. I understand. From this country onwards, Cumberland's part of the Empire. Thomas, as reigning Empress, I would bring this piece of this country as its king. Yes, Your Highness. Alright, so they become a vassal. Phew. Cumberland became a part of the Empire. A Knight of Cumberland. Phew. Oh wow, Orion died for good too. It's a shame, but their sacrifices were not in vain. We were able to get revenge. I can't believe my Wi-Fi cut out at the end. Well, Orion's corpse was focused on by Cyrus, and since everyone was healed, I was able to focus purely on DPS. Once he was dead for good, it was a DPS race, and we were able to defeat him. Well, if it helps any, though, I do save all of my... Yeah, I do save all my streams for as long as Twitch allows, so you can see up to the last couple weeks worth. I hear they're pretty good to have in the background when doing other things. But for now, I went on way longer than expecting. Dang. Almost 4 hours. But Empress Amethyst was able to accomplish quite a bit, even if it did cost her some of her teammates. Poor souls, may they rest in peace. Alright. Well, I guess for now, I'm gonna call the stream. Thank you for coming and hope you had a good time. See you next time.